been too tough on farmers. Jeff File told Prime News last night he believes the drought subsidies requested by the New South Wales Farmers Association discourage people from preparing for drought. 2 days after being appointed as drought coordinator, Jeff File has copped a fair degree of flack over his comments, but he says they hadn't been made lightly. After analysing 37 years of drought declarations in New South Wales, he's discovered, on average, rural land protection boards have been in drought 23% of the time.
In my view, that's more a normal seasonal downturn, which most farmers, in fact all farmers, running a business, should be able to manage.
The payments in question are known as transactional subsidies, rebates for fodder and water cartage, and stock transport. They were scrapped by the state government late last year. During the 1994 to 96 drought, Mr File says only 16% of New South Wales farmers were eligible for the rebates, and of those the major claimants were the large corporate farms.
But quite clearly it wasn't a terribly equitable assistance package if it only went to 16% of those farmers.
A national drought policy promoting self-reliance and drought-proofing was nutted out in 1992. But tough times ever since have given farmers very little chance to get ahead.
Now, I've been too tough. I just think I'm trying to be realistic, trying to maintain a balance between how you provide a package that doesn't continually discourage farmers to prepare for drought.
While many authorities continue to say we're not yet in a drought of significance, the region's farmers are feeling the hardship of the dry spell, many resorting to selling their breeding stock before their condition deteriorates.
I would think that probably most of this region would be declared drought in the next few weeks because it's deteriorating day by day.
Farmers say the dry spell is hitting hard and it's crunch time for many. Compared to other serious droughts, this time farmers are selling their breeding stock before they run out of feed and water.
There's probably many years of breeding gone into a lot of these sheep, and people are getting rid of them before they lose too much condition, and of course winter's not far around the corner.
It's at the sale yards where farmers have been trying to offload their stock.
Markets have generally held up pretty well, but certainly the last couple of weeks as this dry spell continues is starting to have a negative effect on the market.
In fact, with a flood of stock at the sale yards, prices have been down by as much as 5 to 12 cents for cows and light restocker steers and heifers. Even at the Royal Easter Show, sales of champion stock are down by as much as a third on last year.
While this dry continues, it won't be long until a lot of those base breeders are all they're going to have left, and people will hold those as long as they can or be prepared to feed. But I do think that there'll be certainly an uplift in the market once the season does turn round.
Nicholas Boot, Prime Local News.
New South Wales Police have kicked off Operation Tortoise for the Easter long weekend. The aim of the campaign to slow motorists down and prevent fatalities.
In the Central West over the Easter break, more than 200 law enforcement officers will be on the road at any one time. Police will be targeting drink driving and speed, and Greg Reichart says the huge police presence is an effective way of helping keep the road toll down.
I mean, you've got to have the breath testing units, you've got to have the units out on the road to keep that perception of being detected up, and the administrative side of losing double demerit points is certainly a help as well.
Dubbo Police have chartered this 46-seat bus to lift the profile of random breath testing. From it, they'll test over 2,000 drivers per day.
It's a big mobile sign. It gets a message across to people that we are out on the road and we are breath testing. And this is not the only form of breath testing that we do. We still do the breath testing from the cars.
Police are also warning motorists to drive carefully if there's rain over Easter. A build-up of oil and grease on the road can be hazardous.
We're worried about the weather. If it rains, it increases the chances of things going wrong on the road.
Nicholas Boot, Prime Local News.
As the police put in place their efforts to stop people dying on the roads this Easter, another group has begun campaigning to stop native animals meeting a similar fate. Drivers are being asked to slow down and prevent injuries to animals and themselves.
This baby possum is one of the lucky ones, rescued and cared for by wires since it was a newborn. But 35,000 others are killed on Australian roads every day, and Wires believes those figures could increase with the drought conditions forcing many more animals to feed by the side of the road. According to Wires, the Easter holiday traffic, which is set to inundate our roads, combined with drought conditions, could sound the death knell for a huge number of native animals.
It just totally throws all the native animals. They just can't work out why there's so much action. But their daily routine just continues as it is. They have to feed and they just go about their normal lives.
Wires has launched a Slow Down For Me campaign, urging motorists to be more aware of animals for the safety of all involved.
The evidence is that many of the accidents that occur on our roads actually involve native wildlife. So we're concerned about the animals themselves, but we're also concerned about the drivers.
Kylie Merritt, Prime Local News.
A meeting of sacked Cobar miners last night has condemned the federal government's decision to loan the Patrick's stevedoring company $250 million so it can get rid of its entire workforce.
When the miners were forced to go cap in hand to the Prime Minister after the Ashanti copper mine closed down, owing them $10 million in entitlements, John Howard told them the government couldn't help financially. 1 month later, the government has agreed to loan Patrick Stevedores $250 million so it can sack its workforce. Stephen Roach says the miners can't fathom the hypocrisy, rejecting those who are legally entitled to money, but offering it to a company which wants to get rid of 1,400 workers. The miners say they're disgusted with the attitude, passing a motion supporting the waterfront workers in their industrial relations battle. Steve Martin, Prime Local News.
Meantime, the opposing political factions have vastly different opinions on how they believe the Australian public will view the government's involvement in the Wharfies dispute. They've had their say, but what do you think?
In Parliament yesterday, John Howard was congratulating Industrial Relations Minister Peter Reid for his role in the Patrick's matter. Mr Howard saying it was a defining moment in industrial relations history and ordinary Australians will thank the government for it. Opposition leader Kim Beazley told the House the government should hang its head in shame for being involved in the sacking of 1,400 workers. We asked locals today whether it's right that the government is so closely involved in the sacking.
Yes, I do. I think it should be left between maybe the Worders and Stevedores. Best thing that's ever happened.
Well, the waterfront guys have been a bit too heavy-handed over the years, and I think it's got to be reformed, yeah.
But if the management doesn't want that group in as contractors on their wharf, well, they've got the right to look elsewhere.
No, it's definitely wrong, yes.
With an early election imminent, has the action strengthened or diminished your view of the government?
Oh, strengthened.
Definitely diminished it.
I think it's strengthened my view. Oh, strengthened.
What's that?
They're doing what every Australian wants them to do.
The battle against the devastating ovine Yones disease has taken a step forward with the allocation of $7 million to fight the problem. The package, announced by Agriculture Minister Richard Amory, will go towards enhancing the monitoring and surveillance of the spread of ovine Yones and will also provide for a limited restocking program. The announcement follows an agreement between the states and territories to embark on a 3-year, $20 million national control program, sheep producers providing half the necessary funds. Sport and the Easter weather outlook still to come, but next, the pretty as a picture paint horses on show in Dubbo.
Tonight on 7 Nightly News, the Easter Road Blitz begins. Drivers warned they'll lose double points. Pop star George Michael arrested in a public toilet. And Jack Newton's report on the US Masters. Tonight, 6:30 on 7 Nightly News.
When it comes to bathroom, kitchen and laundry products, Reese has all the top brands at prices you can afford. So when it comes to building or renovating, it all comes together at Reese. To find it in your showroom, call this number now. The Grace Brothers Easter sale is coming at you this Saturday. Race in for Nike Air Max men's and women's runners. They're just $109. You'll get this form-fit soft romance bra for a very attractive price. We've lightened the load with 35% off these one-sack leather bags. And you'll save 25% on selected Jeans Plus brand and Miss Shop brand clothing. At our Easter sale, you'll always get great prices and more at your Grace Brothers store.
Girls, like 7-year-old Selma, must struggle against injustice and discrimination. Trapped in appalling poverty, the girl child receives less food, education, healthcare, less freedom to develop. But you can rescue a girl child by becoming a World Vision child sponsor. Just call World Vision now on 13 32 40. By working with families and communities, World Vision provides children with essentials like food, schooling and healthcare. All it costs is $1 a day. You receive your child's picture folder and progress report. Call now and give sponsorship a go. What could be more urgent? To do nothing would be a tragedy.
Because Listerine is a liquid, it kills germs in between the teeth and gums where brushing may not reach. See? Listerine, dynamite against germs.
An Australian company has created worldwide interest with the development of a machine that's guaranteed to improve the quality of wool products and save the industry millions of dollars.
The soft, warm feel of natural wool is about to add superior strength and clean, pure colours to its impressive list of traditional characteristics, thanks to an Australian invention that will improve wool worldwide. Launched in Wagga, the new wool microwave is designed to save the industry millions from damaged wool caused by the compacting process necessary for exporting. The $500,000 giant microwave takes just 6 minutes to gently morph a solid block of delicate fibres into wool, and previous methods can take days.
We warm up every fibre of the wool so the wool softens up beautifully and then it expands. With the old steam system, which took about the equivalent time, you use a lot of energy and you didn't do the job. You didn't warm every fibre.
What makes a tri-bale warmer such a success is its end result. By doing away with the previous methods, the average bale could be worth up to $100 more because the wool comes out finer, it's not damaged, and it's not discoloured.
Each small improvement is very important in the context of the ongoing viability and success of our industry.
The machine developed at the University of Wollongong is now a wanted item worldwide.
Sometimes it gets so cold that in winter time, when we see wool, it has a harder lock. And so we thought, well, we need space in the factory, so this is a real ideal sort of machine to install because it saves the space.
Grant Denyer, Prime Local News.
The first woman ever elected to Parkes Shire Council has died aged 73. Emily Renshaw, the niece of former New South Wales Premier Jack Renshaw, served intermittently for 27 years. Mrs Renshaw became a councillor in 1956, opening the door on a career in local government which lasted until 1987. She was also a foundation member of the Parkes Tourism Board and of Meals on Wheels, which she served for 25 years, as well as being a director of the Parkes Hospital Board for 32 years. Hundreds of enthusiasts are currently horsing around in Dubbo for the 25th National Paint Horse Show. The carnival promising plenty of colour and some stiff competition.
They're called paint horses, and it's not hard to see why. Distinctive markings make them ideal animals for showing, which is what enthusiasts from all over the country are currently doing in Dubbo. The National Paint Horse Championships showcasing the striking patterns and colours of a breed which is also renowned for its temperament.
She's a very sweet little horse, and no matter what you ask her to do, she does anything.
Is an attractive horse, you know, got a lot of good characteristics of a paint horse, good colourings, good type, yeah, and a good interest behind him and good breeding.
Organisers promise one of the biggest shows on record. There's over 160 horses competing for $30,000 in prize money. And if it's action you're after, the paints provide plenty to see as they're put through their paces.
They can see pleasure riding, as we're seeing in the background here now, some halter classes, they will see trail, they will see some English-style riding, some hunter, and of course there's reining, and the last event of all is a little bit of cutting.
Nicholas Boot, Prime Local News.
The coroner has confirmed an inquest will be held into the death of a man who was sent home from Orange Base Hospital 2 days before he died. Member for Orange Russell Turner raised the matter 2 weeks ago at a public hearing into the state of rural health. He told the inquiry that German fruit picker Horst Hertzmann had been sent home from Orange Base Hospital in a taxi despite suffering severe stomach pain. The coroner has refused to comment on the cause of Mr Hertzmann's death, except to say a coronial inquest will be held. The Because Anzac Day falls in school holidays this year, some local schools have marked the occasion early. One of the schools taking time to ponder what Anzac Day is all about was Boranor Public, population 18, which includes teacher Ruth Harris. But the ranks were boosted today by a group of exchange students from Thailand. The students heard from a man who knows about war firsthand, Vietnam veteran Les Frost. Many of the children volunteered information about a grandfather or relative who went to war.
As for their age, they're pretty knowledgeable about Anzac Day. I'd like to see more of it done, not only just prior to Anzac, but all the way through the year, and so they can just remind themselves of Anzac Day coming up, or the same as explaining why the Easter Bunny comes in.
Still ahead tonight, the Easter bonnets go on show, while next, it's us with the sport.
Thanks, Helen. Good evening. Yes, after the break, we look at Dubbo Easter Racing Carnival and the nation's best young golf prepare for the Australian Junior Championship.
7:30 tonight. We are back with a whole new series of Who Dares Wins. It's going to blow your socks off. Just when you thought it was safe, we're back.
Who Dares Wins returns at the brand new time, 7:30 tonight on Prime.
Make the Hangsing Restaurant your #1 choice for this year's Easter celebrations. Enjoy their famous seafood fare featuring the freshest crab, king prawns, fish, oysters, squid and scallops, combined with exotic flavours and spices of the Orient. As always, the Hangsing Restaurant has kept the prices to a minimum and quality to a maximum, making it the ideal venue for your family get-together. Remember, they're open every day over the Easter break, including Good Friday. Book now to ensure your reservation at the Hangsing Restaurant, Adelaide Street, Blaney.
The following offer is unbelievable but true. Now you can buy on 10 years interest-free terms at Harvey Norman. Buy a computer, printer, fax machine, photocopier, mobile phone and much more. This is a limited offer, 10 years interest-free terms. Harvey Norman.
Try the Aquarius Car Wash and keep your car in showroom condition. It's fun, it's easy and it's good value. Just $1 buys 2 minutes. It's great, so clean for so little at Aquarius Car Wash. Open 24 hours.
Take a break from your trip these Easter holidays and stop in at the Shell Roadhouse Lithgow. They offer friendly service and great facilities with 24-hour fuel, plus a delicious range of snacks and meals in the family restaurant. The Shell Roadhouse, Great Western Highway, Katoomba side of Lithgow. O'Connor's Proprietary Limited will be holding a monster machinery auction on Wednesday, the 22nd of April. As new axial flow headers, tractors, trucks and tillage equipment. Details in newspapers and farm magazines. Or telephone 03 50 92 1031. See Rugby's future stars battle it out in the IAMA 1998 Country Rugby Union Championships at Carrington Park and Bathurst Sports Ground, April 10th, 11th and 12th. Catch all the excitement as the best young players in country rugby hammer it out in under-19s, 21s and ladies divisions. 3 big days of top rugby action not to be missed. The IAMA 1998 Country Rugby Union Championships, April 10th, 11th and 12th at Carrington Park and Bathurst Sports Ground. Proudly supported by Prime Television.
225 of Australia and New Zealand's best junior golfers will be in Orange over the Easter period for the Wilson Australian Junior Championships. The 72-hole event commencing on Saturday.
The bulk of players for the championship started arriving in Orange today, and many were straight out onto the course to get in some first-hand knowledge of both the Country League and Wentworth layouts. Play to alternate between the two courses for the first 2 rounds. World Junior Champion and defending Australian Champion Adam Scott of Queensland getting a feel of the Wentworth course. This year's field of 220 plus of exceptional quality according to officials.
Probably got the strongest field we've had for a number of years. Not only have we got the best golfers from Australia, really, we've got the best junior golfers from the world, with Adam Scott being the current Doug Sanders World Junior Champion, and Aaron Baddeley was 3rd in that event last year, so it's shaping up to be an outstanding event.
The National Championships having produced a number of top-class players in recent years.
Well, this has been the breeding ground for our best young golfers. Over the last few years, we've had people like Robert Allenby, Stuart Appleby, Peter O'Malley, Brett Ogle have won the event, so really the players that win this event go on to bigger and better things and have for a number of years.
Hoping to grab some of the limelight on his home courses will be Orange Junior Sam Reynolds, who is looking forward to the experience.
Most of the guys here playing at pretty low handicaps, and it'll be a good experience to be against them.
What sort of chance do you give yourself of making the cut, being on the home courses?
Well, I love being
won the medal of medals. I played all right in that, and 73, which is, so if I do that again, it should give me a fair chance.
The Easter break at Bathurst will be no holiday for rugby players, with the IAMA Country Championships being played in men's under-21 and under-19 and women's open divisions. The titles run for 3 days, commencing tomorrow with the final on Sunday. Matches over the 3 days will be played at both Carrington Park and Bathurst Sports Ground. The Western teams tomorrow play all their games at Carrington, with the under-19s kicking off the action at 10 o'clock against Northern Inland, followed by the under-21s at 11:30 and the first game for the women at 1 o'clock. Play will be continuous over the 3 days, with the final starting around noon on Sunday. Meantime, Group 10 Rugby League action is split over 2 days, with Lithgow Workmen's Club playing Cowra Magpies in Lithgow tomorrow afternoon, while the other 2 matches are set down for Sunday at the St Patrick's Complex at Kelso and Jubilee Park in Mudgee. My tips for the round being Workies, St Pat's and Penguins. Dubbo City Turf Club have their 2-day Easter Carnival set down for the holiday break. The club to race both Saturday and Monday. There always appears to be new amenities going in at the Dubbo track, and workmen today were busy constructing a new shaded area in front of the grandstand for the comfort of patrons in the warmer months. The Dubbo Club continues to set the trend for racing in the West, and the 2-day Easter Carnival is one of the biggest on the club's program for the year.
Well, this has always been a big racing carnival in Dubbo because of the amount of tourists we get here during the Easter weekend, and it's just bases just behind the Melbourne Cup and Derby Day meetings that we hold here as well, so it's one of the big ones for us.
The carnival has 6 race cards on both days, with several feature events.
The highlights are the John Alton Memorial. It's a charity day for the Northcott Society. So the John Alton Memorial Cup, the McDonald's McNugget and the Dubbo Town Plate are on the Saturday. Then on the Monday we've got the Octagonal Guineas and the Lord Ben Stakes.
Most races have big fields for the 2 days, the one exception being the Town Plate, but what it lacks in numbers is made up for in quality.
Town Plate, it's got 5 starters, but you look at the quality of them, they're terrific horses. Spectacular Zips, a brilliant sprinter. River Shamrock, he's our local hero here. He's won about 10, 12 races at Dubbo. And Swift and Dappers, he's a slouch by no means. He's a city class horse, so it's going to be a top race.
While Dubbo race Saturday and Monday, Orange also have a Saturday meeting set down, while harness race meetings over the period are at Dubbo on Saturday evening and Forbes and Blaney on Monday. A busy Easter period coming up, Helen.
Nothing to do with sport, but I hear you're having a chocolate-free Easter.
Well, yes, we usually do. We've decided that I can do without chocolate to start with, so everybody else has to suffer at my place as well.
All the best, Ross. Have a good one.
Okay.
All the weather details coming up next in Prime Local News. Then, hats off to a happy Easter.
Tonight, a Wet n Wild fishing experience in the top end. The School of Hard Knocks for future world champs. The things you do for mates. On Outback Adventures, 8:30 tonight on Prime Television.
One ton rodeo.
New Holden Rodeo V6. The most powerful V6 one ton. The one and only range of New Holden Rodeos.
Looking for something different to do? Why not come underground with us at Wellington's latest attraction, the Phosphate Mine. Located next to the historic caves, it's a journey of discovery. It's a trip back in time. It's an experience. See you down under soon.
Be at the Dubbo Showground Placeway this Saturday when Dubbo Harness Racing Club deliver an action-packed night of the West's best harness racing. It's all there. Great food, great racing, a great Saturday night out under the ribbon of light at the Dubbo Showground Placeway.
The Captain Squeeze 20% off sale is on now. 20% off famous name beds, kids beds, and bed wing furniture. The Captain Squeeze 20% off everything sale. Now on.
Another reason to choose.
Here comes one of the greatest rock bands of all time, Van Halen. For the first time ever, Eddie and the boys are coming to Australia. Don't miss Van Halen playing all their classics.
of good news at least. I can hear the rain outside. Light rain in some areas today. On the satellite map, there's a band of cloud which stretches from West Australia down through the Bight and across our region. A weak trough in the northeast of the state should produce isolated afternoon thunderstorms. Tomorrow, a low-pressure system should develop off the coast, resulting in some more showers. Patchy rain in the central and northern inland will contract eastwards. On the upper western, 21 degrees the coolest overnight for Cobar, a warm night, and today 26 degrees the top temperature. There's a high to very high fire danger still. The forecast for tomorrow, dry, mild to warm conditions. Saturday, cloudy with some patchy rain forecast. Sunday, cloudy and patchy rain. Monday, again dry. Cobar tomorrow, heading for 24. The northwest slopes and plains, 11 degrees overnight, the coolest temperature for Coonabarabran, reaching 24 there today, and 0.6 millimetres of rain. The forecast tomorrow, cloudy periods with patchy rain, still a high to very high fire danger though. Saturday should be fine, Sunday cloudy with patchy rain, Monday mainly fine. Coonabarabran tomorrow 12 and a top of 25 degrees. On to the central west slopes and plains with 15 degrees, the coolest overnight at Gilgandra, 26 the top there today. Mingan though with the top temperature for the district, 28 degrees. Tomorrow partly cloudy but mostly fine. Mild to warm weather, Saturday fine, Sunday cloudy with patchy rain. Dubbo 10 to 25, Parkes 9 and heading for 24. The central tablelands at 12 degrees the coolest at Oberon last night, just 19 the top there today, Bathurst 23, Cowra 24 degrees. Tomorrow showers predicted mainly in the east, Saturday the chance of showers, Sunday should be cloudy with some more patchy rain, Monday a return to partly cloudy but fine conditions. Mudgee tomorrow heading for 22 and Orange just 17. And to the southwest slopes, reaching 23 degrees today at Grenfell and Young. A little bit of rain, 0.4 of a millimetre for Grenfell, 0.8 for Young, and 1 mil for West Wyalong. Tomorrow partly cloudy but fine, Saturday fine, some patchy rain perhaps on Sunday. Young tomorrow heading for a top of 25 degrees. The Easter Bunny may still be a few days away, but today more than 300 children at a local school pulled on their special hats for the annual Easter Bonnet Parade.
There was every type of hat on show at Orange Public School. Tall hats, short hats, wide hats, and of course being the Easter Hat Parade, rabbit hats. Also in the crowd, but keeping a low profile, Easter's hero, Eggman. In front of a huge crowd of waving mums and dads with their video cameras, the 320 students paraded through the school's courtyard. The Easter Hat Parade at the school has been going for so long, staff aren't quite sure when it all began. After some singing, it was time for a quick dance, before it was back around for another parade. Eggman still keeping an eye on proceedings, but doing his best to blend in. Steve Martin, Prime Local News.
Point-sized superhero. Before we go to 7 Nightly News, just a reminder, we will bring you a full half-hour Prime Local News Bulletin tomorrow night from 6. If you're heading off over the Easter holiday, take care on the roads and have a great break. Good night.